What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Sakamoto Days, this time with what I believe is the final episode of part 1. I do think part 2 is airing in a few months from now, though I'm not 100% sure of that. But I've enjoyed this part 1. We did end up with this interesting situation where we're going to be gambling against an expert gambler, which he was just insanely lucky, I think, at the end of the last episode. But I especially enjoyed the first half of last episode. Really liked the whole bathing segment. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, as I've said this whole time, my one complaint about this show is the fact that we haven't had enough of the wife and daughter. Honestly, I'd like to see some more kind of slice of life, because I think the show is really good at that. I think it's got really good, interesting characters you care about. I'd like to have a few more moments of them away from the kind of assassination stuff a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I love, especially in these recent episodes, I've loved the action and the assassination plot. I think the show has a lot of potential. But as I said, I think I did hear that they did cut some chapters out. They definitely cut out a chapter where we saw Sakamoto and his wife. There was one. I ended up reading the chapter. It was a fair few weeks back now, so I can't quite remember. But yeah, it had a bit more focus on those two and like how they met and such. And then I think last week there was a chapter missing which covered some more slice of life stuff with the family. So it's a shame that they're cutting out, because that just adds to the action. That makes us care about the characters more. It makes the action more intense and so on. So again, it's a shame they're leaving stuff like that out. I think that's the real disappointment with the show. However, I still really enjoy it. It's super fun. And again, it feels like the author just cares about the show a lot in comparison to things like Spy Family. I think that is the main comparison with the show. Stuff like Spy Family. There's one about like another family. I forget what it's called. I haven't watched it, but it's like a kind of assassin kind of family as well, which I haven't watched. But yeah, my comparison is Spy Family, and I just care about these people much more than in Spy Family already. Even though there hasn't been as many kind of slice of life scenes as there is in that show. I hope they don't change the opening. That would be a shame. Although you guys know, I'd love to see the Sakamotos do a song for Sakamoto Days. I think that would fit really well. But yeah, he is going to be our main player during this gambit, isn't he? Although these people might also be able to read him well, considering they're probably quite good at this. And sorry, just to pause for a sec. Like I said, I feel like he can actually read minds, but poker players, I've done this a few times. I've like soul read like my friends when we've been playing, and people online. It's a lot harder to read people online, to be honest with you, because there's no kind of things you can judge apart from the story that they're trying to tell. But yeah, I mean, as much as he can actually read minds, they're probably pretty good at reading him and what he's got as well. So it's not all kind of glory for Shin right here, but I mean, he can read their minds. I was just thinking as well, when I do play like poker and stuff, obviously I always initially look at what I've got, but my main thought process isn't usually on what I have. It's usually on what I want the next cards to be, which you can then judge what card someone's got in their hand based on that. But this again, usually what card I want the next card that goes down to be on the river, or the or whatever. I forget what the other one's called. Yeah, what card's going to be put down next. And I'm thinking about what cards the other players have. So he might not actually get too much of an opportunity to read their minds and hear what cards they have, unless he tries to read everybody's minds right at the start when they look at their cards. So maybe this isn't going to be quite as simple as you might think it would be. I'm wondering how that other guy is so damn good. How has he made triple the amount of money he started with already? I mean, to be fair, we did see him get a straight flush in the last episode, so. Oh no. Got a hell of a hand as well there. Ace King. One of the best hands. Okay, nice. That is something that's good. Bluff. I love a good bluff myself. It's always so. There's something so fulfilling about bluffing with such a crap hand because I like playing with crap hands. Not often, but if it's like, I really like a 3-7. I really like hands like that, which are some of the worst hands you could get. But there's just something quite good about a bad hand, which I know sounds very stupid, but if everybody's got like ace king or an ace or like a king or something, then because everybody's got high cards, it's actually much more likely that low cards end up on the table. Oh, he's probably got a big gut. 29 mil. But yeah, as I've been saying, I hate actually, like, I don't gamble at all. I stopped gambling. It's just stupid. And I don't like playing online poker and such too much because, as I said, it's just a different kind of game. It's a more probability focused kind of game. It's harder to read people. It's harder to try and tell stories and bluff people. And sometimes you just get stupid people that just like go all in straight away and they just get super lucky. And then you're just like that. Based on that, you're actually just finished. You don't really have a chance a lot of the time. As I said, because it is kind of high probability based, you get lots of people that do earn a really good living off just like playing online poker. You're gonna rat on them. I like that. Everybody's got a weapon. Physical, psychological, luck. Wow, we just so happen to be exactly tied. No, yeah, we don't. No one's won yet. We have to have one final bet against each other, I think. What would be the fairest way of doing this? Probably that roulette or something. I don't think poker's the fairest. Oh, if we're doing more than a hand, yes. I feel like one hand of poker is quite unfair, but okay. So that's my favourite one to play, so good. 3 on 3. Okay, okay. Ah, so we're not playing poker. And sometimes your luck's just not in, even if you can read minds. Sometimes, again, your luck's just not there. So even having that power, you could still actually reasonably lose at games like poker and stuff like this. Like, it's not the absolute win you think is. Sometimes you just have an unlucky day when nothing's running for you. But the smart thing is to bet, but the next card actually ruins you. There's no way of telling what the next card's going to be, even being able to read someone's mind. Oh shit! Fucking sake! Wow. Indeed. Very much quite reminiscent of early Yu-Gi-Oh, honestly, with Pegasus. I think at this point you should just go for pure luck, to be honest. There's a 1 in 6 chance. Yeah. Yeah. It's too much. But like I said, you just take the 1 in 6 chance. And he's eliminated off that? Hmm. He saw that again, so he's got to let that one slide, is he? Which one you're taking? Yeah, that is the thing, isn't it? He's wearing glasses and kind of looking at the reflection of glasses. You're not taking it, bro. Take it if you can. Go on, Sakamoto. What about you guys? Did you ever do those grip tests in school? I wasn't ever very good at those, honestly. No, you took that one. Fair enough. Fair enough. You fucking nerd. Well, a little bit understandable, honestly. These guys don't have the best temperament. A mutiny. I never get that. Why does he put his gun in his face like that? Like, surely that's just stupid, right? Like, you'd want to be further away so that they don't have a chance to get at you in any way. Doing that, like putting it in someone's face like that, just gives a person an opportunity to stop you, right? Unnecessary. That is total bullshit. Although it does give them a moment of apprehension, I think, doesn't it? Ah, shit, we got a lady killer. Oh, you just know that. That's, yeah. Ah, one off. Oh, ouch. Snooker balls. Yes. Yeah, what? You thought he was telling the truth there, bro? I mean, the whole fact that we literally had an whole episode of gambling was surely enough to tell you that that was bluff, right? Like I said, there's just something super fun about this show, isn't there? Even as much as I've obviously never read the manga, but as much as people complain about the adaptation being badly paced or not looking great, I really enjoy this show. I really do. Again, it reminds me of an old kind of classic action movie. It's like just fun. The comparison to John Wick, it's kind of like it kind of is a bit like John Wick. It's kind of like bringing back that old kind of classic action style movie. Slow. Yeah. Yeah. He's that guy's literally shaped like an X. So's that guy, and so's that guy. What the fuck? I think I just turned to a hairball. I like that though. That's cool. That makes your mind wonder. How did that happen? That's what I love about horror movies. Again, this is probably not um, too relatable here, but just like stuff like this, where you don't actually. I don't get me wrong. I like movies like Terrifier and such, where you see a lot of brutality as well. But I really like suggestive things like this, where it's like it's just a meatball there, and it makes you question. And the thought of like questioning and thinking about what happened to make this is much more interesting than actually anything they could show you. Sometimes the payoff and what they show you is really awesome, but yeah, it's just like, where did your mind go to that he was able to make a whole person into this? I personally am thinking of a scoop of ice cream right now. You know, those you put the scoop in and you make like a ball out of it. That's what I think of. And again, you kind of get creative in your own mind. And again, that's one of my favorite things about horror. The not the don't show aspect is a lot of the time really impressive. Trying to think of there's some good examples like the Halloween movies and such with not much gore. Again, some of the best horror movies ever don't have much gore or anything at all. Like I said, it's all just kind of suggested. I don't think there's a drop of blood at all in the first Halloween movie. Yeah, that is pretty universally acclaimed to be one of the best horror movies ever. Oh, okay. So they fake their deaths? Oh, we got a couple tanned people. That guy and a tanned woman. She looks right out of Tokyo Avengers. Really? I say that, and you've called her dump. That is. I'm not sure if that's racist or not. I, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to choose not to take it that way, but that is what the first slightly black character in the show is called Dump. When I think of Dump, I think of taking a dump. I'm not sure about you guys. Maybe that's my mind, but I choose not to take it that way. I imagine it's not intended that way. I think that would just be stupid. But I mean, the interpretation's there, isn't it? 180 victims. Saw. Well, that guy does look like he could be in a Saw movie. Apart. Dump Saw apart. Minimalist. Well, he's called Minimalist, and of course he's got the most kills. So some interesting names here. Are these guys all American then? So funny. Is this what the author of this? So he's the one that put that person into a ball. I see. Okay. Well, that gives us quite a lot, doesn't it? That looked really disgusting, by the way. Not sure about you guys, but I did used to do that with sandwiches. I'd used to squeeze them and make them really thin, and I used to like eating them that way. So we got a minimalist saw dump apartment. I wonder if there's some kind of arrangement where you could make like some kind of interesting like anagram of their names or something from that. But I think these guys are all American. It's quite funny. I was about to say like, is this what Japanese people think Americans are like called? Because in Japan, people are kind of a lot of the time their kanji kind of like means something. I mean, don't get me wrong. In other places in the world, names mean something, but I think more so in Japan, their names do have kind of like an interesting meaning to like the kanji used in them. And perhaps this is like similar, where that same aspect is put upon these people's names, but it's just like it's a bit too literal in English to do that. I think like dump. What kind of a fucking name is that? Is that? But yeah, I do just want to go back here, as I said. So the ball was obviously the work of Mr. Minimalist. That guy just turned into absolute mush. So who was it that killed him? This guy he really wants a clean cut burger. I don't to be honest, I've never really properly tried a pickle, but they just don't look too appetizing. So like I say, I don't really like pickles, but I can't really say. So he was quite clean with it. So I imagine maybe he done the killing, this killing perhaps. I imagine. So based off, I think that's reasonable to say he done this one because look at the cuts. They're all very clean and sharp, aren't they? Quite well structured and OCD like. So I mean, ultimately, it's just a mess of a human body. But yeah, I think it's reasonable to assume he done that one. So then it's just like between saw and dump. It's kind of hard to tell which one done which. I also wonder what they're referencing here as well. Man, so yeah, there's not too much to be told, to be given away about these two, is there? So this one's full of holes, and the other one is again just mush. So it's just guesswork, really. I imagine that the dude probably done this, and then the mush it's perhaps the girl's doing here. I don't know. I might have got it completely wrong. Interesting. Like I said, do you reckon these guys are all from America? And again, she just looks so much out of Tokyo Revengers. It's kind of crazy. 1831. She's cute though. She's cute though. She's kind of got a very similar skin tone to one of my ex-girlfriends, who was probably the most attractive girlfriend I've ever had. But did you guys ever eat those sweets that you'd like? That there'd be like burger parts. There'd be like a top, a bit of red, bit red tomato, a bit of lettuce. They're all like jelly sweets. I used to do that with them as well. I used to squish them together and eat them. Oh shit, it's him again. This guy again. Fair enough. Yeah, she's really cute. Oh, he's the biggest problem. I dare you to underestimate him, fat guy. He's not fat, is he? But big guy. I dare you. Now, this guy loves his balls. Did you have to do that? This place just lost a table. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, different, aren't they? It's a human deer. Okay. Yeah, they definitely seem dangerous, don't they? Like you said, they don't get paid to kill. They don't kill to live. They live to kill. They do it for the fun of the game. There's something a bit more sadistic and dangerous about that, isn't there? Than a measured kind of yeah. Okay. Good episode. Good episode. It's a shame that we're gonna have to wait months, but really awesome setup for these psychos. I call them. Again, really awesome character designs. Especially, I like the woman. She looks awesome. The big guy's he's got pretty interesting design as well. Honestly, the blonde guy just looks like again. You're just kind of average American kind of depiction of average American. Seen plenty of people look like him, so he's not too interesting. But I think that is the point. He's just like he looks like your everyday kind of person. But the other guy as well, he's got loads of like hairpins. He's quite an interesting design as well. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Not as good as the other two. I like his design as well. It's pretty cool, pretty fitting for the type of person he seems to be. But I think that's just like a shame of these two-parters. Like it's never it happened. It happened with ReZero as well. It happens with everything that's a part one. There's never like because there it is part one and you know it's not the end. There is no kind of conclusion to it, so it just feels like a bit of yeah. It's just like it's not fulfilling in being an ending to the series. Like again, I know it's not the actual ending to the series. Oh shit! Sakamoto is voiced by Leon from Resident Evil. Didn't know that. Obviously, I'm not watching the dub. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Like I was saying, like there's never been a super fulfilling part one of anything I've watched, to be honest with you, except for Avengers. I feel like the part one of that was better than part two. That's like the only exception I ever mentioned. But like Harry Potter Deathly Hallows, part one is again lots of setup for the second part. The second part is far better. I don't think that's something we can compare here because it's not like a manga and like a book like that. Very differently structured, I believe. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like a fulfilling ending because it's not the ending, because you know there's going to be a continuation right from where we left off. It's just like a big cliffhanger, which is good. I love it. I like a cliffhanger, but it's a cliffhanger that lasts 3-4 months, so it's just a bit annoying. And it makes you feel a little bit unfulfilled that we just got a taste of these really awesome looking and psycho characters, but we won't actually get to see them in action for a little while. But yeah, good episode. Lots of fun here with the gambling. Really fun game of what was it, Old Maid? I think they called it. At the end here, love the scenes of Sakamoto there. Like I said, there's just a lot of personality that shines through in the series, I do think. And again, even so with like just the 5-minute introduction of these characters, lots of personality coming through. As I said, I think I've done a pretty good job of judging like which characters committed which murders, and therefore adding like that there is like this unspoken kind of characterization of us getting a good grip on who they are, even without seeing much of these people at all. Just like short scenes like this really add a lot. And let me know if I got any of those deaths wrong, but I feel like at least one I'm certain of is, well, the ball for 100%, but I'm pretty certain about the kind of guy that with the pickles, he likes his kind of things clean. So I'm pretty sure again that was quite a I'm not sure what to call it, but quite an intuitive thing just to like choose which one's which. But yeah, again, do let me know, guys, thought about this final episode down in the comment section. Like I said, we've got a few months wait now, so yeah, it's gonna be a painful one, but I'll see you guys with part 2. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date, and I'll see you guys in a few months.